two new sectors which are coming up dramatically. One is the renewable energy space, whether it's on the financing side or on the main business side, and of course this broader theme of doing away with the fossil fuels, or at least reducing our huge dependence on them. How do you see that getting reflected in markets over the next 1 or 2 years? And what would you be buying there?
Look, I think, traditionally power has been more like a utility sector.
Yes.
Suddenly it's become a growth sector given the kind of growth we are seeing in India. We are seeing peak deficit in power. While the long-term trajectory is to reduce our dependence on fossil fuel and incrementally add more capacity on the renewable side. But I don't think that we as a country will be able to reduce our dependence on thermal coal, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. It's going to take time, right? Because our power needs are growing. Yes, incrementally, maybe renewable energy will grow faster than traditional power, but you also need base load power, and therefore thermal will continue to be an important mix. Unfortunately, on the renewable side, there are a few companies, but there is not too much of a choice. I believe that over the next couple of years, you will see more companies in this area getting listed, and there will be more choices for the investors. Right now, the way to play some of the renewable companies is to buy some manufacturing companies who also supply into the renewable sector, right? Um, so that is a great way to play it. There are all the big utilities, who are in traditional energy are also investing aggressively in renewable energy. So you could look at some of those also for an investment. And you mentioned the financiers of energy. So far, that's been the most efficient way to play the renewable energy boom. You have the financiers, you have the big utilities, and then you have some of the engineering and manufacturing companies or component suppliers who supply some components into this industry, right? So these are the two, three ways to play. Hopefully, we will have more direct opportunities to play into the renewable sector. But I think the sector will do well for a couple of years. But we must also, I must mention to investors here is that, see, historically, something like power is a very basic utility, right? I think over a period of time, the government would not want unhealthy increase in power rates, because this is a sector which the government could intervene if power rates have a runaway boom, right? So one should not, say that, okay, this deficit is there and power rates are going up, and this will continue to be the case for a long period of time. I think in all sectors that touch the Aam Aadmi, right? Beyond the point, if there is an inflation in prices, the government does intervene, and we've seen that, because for them, the overarching policy is to see that there isn't too much inflation. So, one has to just be mindful of that as well. So I think the sector as a whole will do well, but one should not fool ourselves that the short-term spike in rates and the rates of returns that some of these utilities make will be there for the next 10 years. That's not going to happen.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe.